participated. And the first person is Mrs. Virginia Porter, and she is our PTA President and does so much for our school. So let's give her a big round of applause. And we also have her right-hand girl, Ms. Regina Kahanowitz, who is a very, very important involved PTA parent and does a lot for our schools. So give her a big hand. And they have some great things to tell you. Good morning, everyone. PTA holds an annual National Reflections Program every year, and I'm here to recognize and congratulate the participants for this year's reflection. The theme this year is Believe, Dream, Inspire. We had over 600 students participate this year. Now, before I make any further announcements, I want to thank some very special people. I'd like to thank Mrs. April Fayetta. She was amazing in helping me in every aspect. I also want to thank Kathy Gilbert, who's unfortunately unable to join us this morning. She was great, a great guidance and leader, and helped me out in every way. I also want to thank Tasha Morgan. She has 2 children here at the school, and she was ready and able to help me in every way. And she made the certificates for the children. And also, I'd like to thank the tech team for doing such an amazing job taking pictures of all the artwork, as well as supporting every student that participated. So we had many classes that had 100% participation. So as I call your teacher's name, and each class can stand up. With kindergarten, we have Miss Baldwin, Mrs. Buckoff, Mrs. Chung, Ms. Park, Mrs. Wolf, Miss Yu, and Miss Yu. First grade, we have Mrs. Sahakian, Miss Sim, and Miss Kim. Second grade, I have Mrs. Shafalo, Mrs. Kenny, Ms. Lee, Ms. Rosen, Mrs. Speck, Ms. Kim, and Ms. Shin. In third grade, we have Mrs. Scott, Mrs. O, and Mrs. Adian. Fourth grade, Mrs. Choi's class. And in fifth grade, Mr. Hewitt's class. Let's give them all a big round of applause, please. Thank you all for such amazing, beautiful work. Each participant received a certificate and a pin that they're wearing here at the assembly. Now, I will now be presenting trophies to the winners. We have 6 categories: dance choreography, film production, literature, music composition, photography, and visual arts. Each category also had 2 divisions, so we graded them from kindergarten to 2nd grade and 3rd grade to 5th grade. So in music composition, when I announce your name, if you would please come up to receive your trophy and stand here on the stage. I have Nareh from Mrs. Kenny's class.
Can you please get back to your chair now? Stop bouncing.
I have Catherine Dajak from Mrs. Hahn's class. John Glassen, also from Mrs. Hahn's class. In film production, I have Charlotte Fayetta from UU. Alexis Fayetta from Simmons. Sophie Lee from Guam. And Nareh Nareh from Mr. Shelton's class. For photography, I have Maya from Ms. Park's class. Alexis Fayetta from Ms. Kim. Brandon Peer from Ms. Nave's class. Aiden Baglin from Mr. Hewitt's class. From choreography, I have Morgan Oblos from Ms. Baldwin's class. Paul Shin in Ms. O's and Mrs. Amy's class. And Sophia Lee, also Amy and O. In literature, I have Betta Bedor in Ms. Baldwin's class. Matilda King from Ms. Uniman Hugh. From Mr. Hewitt's class, Jared Bautista. And from Mrs. Cannon's class, Emily Shamarani. Visual arts, I have Olivia Jong from Ms. Kim's class. From the same class, I have June Jian. And from Mrs. Enian and Mrs. O's class, I have David Lee. And from Mrs. Troy's class, Janet Jong. After they get judged here, they go to Glendale Council and they get judged among all the other students in Glendale Unified School District. So out of those students, we have 3 students that are moving on to First District, which covers a lot of Southern California. Those students are Olivia John, who got first place in visual arts, and she's moving on to First District. Step forward. Moving on to First District. Alexis, please step forward. I have Nareh who won first place in music composition. And he's also moving on to First District. We also have Sophia Lee, who won second place in dance choreography, and Paul Shim, who won third place in dance choreography. Congratulations to all the winners and participants. Give a big round of applause. Thank you all. You can have a seat. Let's give one big round of applause. Now we're going to have Catherine Dychak perform her original song, Just Believe.
Boys and girls, this is Catherine Dychak. She was one of our Reflections winners, and she is going to perform